How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back using Fireball into Rocketloons in Legends, and in today's video I'll be trying out the new Ice Block spell in my Rocketloon composition. Now I did boost it for my attacks, so it was maxed out. This is the army that I use. I'll leave it all in the description of the video if you'd like to copy and try it out for yourself. And I am using the Warden with the Angry Jelly. Keep that in mind as well. But yeah, I've basically substituted out the rage spell for the ice block spell and the skeleton spell, and yeah, I'll have also some of my opinions on the ice block spell itself after using it in one of the attacks. I'll timestamp it in this video, so you can skip to it if you want, or you could just watch the video until that point and yeah, hear my thoughts on the spell itself when it comes to using it in this army composition. Just before I begin, if any of you guys are looking for a clan and you are a Town Hall 17, feel free to check out Moon in the Dark. I'll leave their Discord in the description of this video. Very active clan, and yeah, very good war statistic. As you can see, just one single loss in the past 2 years basically. So yeah, feel free to check them out. I'll leave their Discord in the description so you can apply through that if you want. And yeah, having said that, let's jump into the first attack. So we have this double poison, and it is, I see it's rotated, so usually I fireball this multi-inferno. That gets really good value. As you can see, it gets CC, it gets all these defenses around. And I'm gonna have the Warden go towards this fire spitter in the direction of this mono. So he will actually go behind the fire spitter. And yeah, as long as I'm able to pull off the fireball, it should be pretty smooth sailing. Like, he is probably going to die in this mono section, but he will get enough value by then so that it wouldn't necessarily matter. Can I actually pull this poison? That would be quite nice if I managed to pull it a little bit early. Let's freeze that. And I'm going to place a couple of archers just to start funneling him towards that bottom section. Let's see. How many invis do I need here? Usually rage. I should have probably just raged just to get through these defenses, honestly. Because now it's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, maybe raging in that case would have been a little bit better. Now, let's make sure that he actually goes to the site that I said I want him to go to. Snipe that out. Place a baby dragon to start funneling the heroes. And let's see, we can do a scout Rocketloon as well. I like to do that. Just exactly for that reason. So, scout Rocketloons can definitely help to pull these seeking air mines, and also should probably place the queen, right? And NATOs and all that stuff. Of the king, and I can use the ice block in this case on this in this compartment for the Warden. So let's see if we can actually pull this off. Let's poison that. I'm not sure if it's gonna help. Like, it's not gonna save him or anything. It just delayed the inevitable, so okay, that's a little bit questionable. But let's freeze that. And take that poison spell tower out. And yeah, we'll have the troops collapsing in on the back end, and yeah, get the 3-star. Alright, so we have a Hook Tower, which, looking at the range, I mean, that's going to be... It's quite tough to get the king in there. I would like to get the king into that Hook Tower if possible, but yeah, in this case, actually, I might be able to avoid it altogether if I'm careful. I'm going to start the Warden charge on this side. And I'm going to Fireball, at least aim for this Scatter Shot, I think. Yeah, the Scatter Shot would be quite nice. Now, I have to wait out the Jelly because it does take 225 until 225. See where he goes next, because here I might need a Headhunter if I time this well. Very nice. And how many invises is this gonna need? I'm gonna quickly snipe this out. Okay, a lot of Teslas. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3 potentially. Let's see. 1, 2. Just like so. We're gonna Fireball that out. Freeze that Arch Tower because it is raged up. So be a little bit careful here. That's kind of crazy. The amount of damage a single X-Bow does is under rage is quite insane. Let's do this. And let's start with the heroes. Oh, that Ice Golem's not going where I need him to go. I should have added 2 Headhunters earlier. That way I could have actually gotten rid of the king, but still have to get used to this new spell, for sure. Now there's 1 minute left, which isn't that much, honestly, so I have to be kind of careful not to time fail. When can I pop the king? I kind of want to pop him as soon as possible. And okay, it looks like the warden should be okay. Let's add the 2 druids behind the queen, hopefully keep her alive. 45 seconds is kind of when you want to be sending in your royal champion. So let's send her in right now. And yeah, the warden can clean that up. Again, the hook tower, I still have to see how to actually counter it, because I feel like it's kind of like the invisibility tower, which is kind of tricky to counter. But once you have it figured out, it's actually not so bad, if that makes sense. So we actually get stars. Now, he's running this base, which I'm not sure why his... I mean, stars doesn't seem to care that much about defense, I don't think, because he still hasn't gotten the crafting thing, even though it's been like, what, this is the 3rd day. But multi, yeah, I'm gonna go for the multi. Not much time to explain, but I'll try to explain as much as I can while we do the attack. I'm gonna go into the multi and... or I'm gonna try Fireball the multi. And I will probably have to rage because there's quite a few defenses in this area, and I kind of want the warden to get through kind of most of them. Plus, there's going to be a double X-Bow. Although, I don't really want to rage. Let's just see. Yeah, I will. Maybe a little bit late, but... yeah, quite late. I'm not a fan of that. I might have to freeze him in place here, just to... Oh. Actually, no. Never mind. He's going to take out that X-Bow, and I can actually Fireball. So let's do that. So once he's kind of stalled on that elixir collector, or elixir storage. And yeah, looking now which way you want him to go doesn't necessarily matter, although I guess going in behind a fire spitter is, you know, quite nice if possible. So maybe him going to the right wouldn't be so bad. That's why I kind of sent in a few Rocketloons to the scatter shot. So let's just see. I think he's going to go right, so we can just start the heroes on this left side. Yeah, 1 minute 30 is kind of when you want to send the heroes. So Send those in. And yeah, this mono locked on the king, unfortunately, so I guess we're gonna have to use an early ability. Early king ability, I mean. Let's try to get those wall breakers. Just gonna freeze just in case, or invis the warden just in case. Nice wall breaker, actually makes it. And I'm gonna send in the RC at this point. Have to keep the warden alive as well. Let's freeze that giant. Or not freeze, but ice block him. Did I send in too many Rocketloons into that? Into that arch tower? I guess I did, didn't I? I sent in like 4 Rocketloons into that area, so the warden actually started targeting the arch tower, but yeah, we get the RC on the back end to clean up, and yeah, GG. So again, a typical double rage base. This one, fire spitters pointing outward, so could actually go into this multi-arch tower and mono. As you can see, the range of the king would actually use the king to stall the warden just a little bit. And I'm gonna, yeah, use that to my advantage. And I'm gonna fireball potentially the builder hut. Okay, I need to get rid of this real quick. Let's use that. That's a lot of damage and a lot of traps. There's probably a NATO in there as well, isn't there? It has to be. No? Okay, never mind. But yeah, fireball. Maybe even the multi-inferno, that's just as much. I'm looking if I'm getting the... I think I get the both inferno towers with a fireball into the builder hut. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit tougher, obviously. So we're just going to go for a single invis fireball. Okay, we don't get the inferno in this case, which is not great. So we do miss out on some potential value. This ricochet cannon is raged up still, so I have to be very careful. Let's see, he's gonna step into it, so I'm gonna eventually have to freeze. But okay, it's not raged up anymore, I guess. But we actually activated the other rage spell tower, so we're just gonna send in the heroes here. Do that. Yeah, let's see. That invis was not good, but we'll go with it. Let's freeze that. Do this. Let's see, where's the king? I'm not sure where the king went. Okay, the king is in the core. That's fine. The minions are gonna get the... yeah, the minion prince, I think. And I can invest an invis onto the warden as well. Again, not really using the ice block in this case. Kind of swagged. So yeah, I'm not sure. I still have to figure it out. Well, we're just gonna swag this, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, actually a flame spinner on this base. Can't get the CC if I fireball the scatter shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cannot get the CC if I fireball the fire spitter as well. So I have to fireball, I guess, the flame spinner. I think let's go for that. Man, These goblins still kind of mess me up. The order a little bit. Um, but yeah, the flame spinner, I guess if I go for that, I get the CC, I get both scatters. Right. It's, okay, the warden actually does not go to this arch tower, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, so in this case, I will have to freeze shortly. Just like so. Let's see if we can snipe this out. Okay, so we can snipe that out. Could potentially use an ice block here if needed. But there's enough buildings in this area, I think. So. I missed both quakes, man. Oh, okay. So another thing to keep in mind is the radius of the earthquakes. If the buildings are kind of eight tiles in between, or if there's an 8 tile gap in between buildings, then you can actually get the earthquakes to connect with both. But yeah, without overcomplicating it, just eyeball it. Usually that works, honestly. In this case, not so much. But, let's see, where do I want to use the ice block in this case? I'm not really sure. I'm gonna rage here. Again, I have to be a little bit cautious on time because I don't have the extra rage, which usually speeds up the attack quite a bit. Pop the queen and rage her. I'll add the skelly on his back end. Queen gets in to the town hall compartment. And, you could ice block the king potentially in this case. Just so that he continues tanking. That's a nice use case for it. But yeah, I think we got this one, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so going in, actually we get the hook. Now, I was really thinking, what would I do against this hook? I was trying to do some stuff in friendly challenges today, and yeah, this is what I came up with. Now, I'm gonna try to pull this off, see if it works. But okay, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna drop the king here, and hopefully get him into that compartment where this hook is, just like so. Start the warden here, and I might rage the warden. Now we got the CC pull. Let's see, there was no furnace, was there? I don't think so. So I get rid of the hook like that. Let's see if we can snipe this out, because it should be on low HP. Well, fairly low. Let's poison that. Get rid of that. And yeah, fireball here probably... where can I fireball? Maybe that builder hut. That's probably the easiest option. Okay, a lot of traps. So 1, 2, 3, I guess. Or just 2. Actually going to be a little bit cheap on that. Now, yeah, the problem with this approach is that actually the king damaged the building, so the earthquake does not fully take it out, which is definitely a little bit annoying. But let's hope the warden goes to the left. See if we can deal with that. He should be okay here. Okay, the healers are taking a little bit of damage. Can I actually heal them with the druid or not? Not sure why he doesn't. Druid is not healing. It's kind of annoying. Let's start the... Well, yeah, this is going to be rough since I don't have my king. And actually, it's not going perfectly well at all. Also, I lost one of my druids here. And yeah, this is not looking great whatsoever. I'm gonna do that to tank. Um, hmm. Not looking good. This is gonna be a big time fill. Maybe I should have just simply avoided that hook. Maybe I should have started my warden earlier. If I started the warden before the king, maybe. That's something to work on, really, I think. So, for my general thoughts on the spell itself, as you see, I'll play this hard mode attack in the background. It's at one of the tournaments that I'm in at the moment, and as you can see, it's post-update because I am using this ice block spell. But for my thoughts, I didn't necessarily find great use cases for the spell, at least when the warden is, having this jelly on him. I think the main upside to this spell is being able to pause the warden and buy him some time to launch the fireball. And in this case, as you see, like whenever you have the jelly, you have enough buildings around the warden for him to stall anyway, so you don't necessarily need that if you're able to control the jelly or the timing that the jelly expires. So you put your warden in a good position. Um, so you don't necessarily need that for this army. Maybe if you're running the sneezy on the warden, then this spell would make more sense. Also, it felt like more of a spell of last resort. So in this case, actually, I use it quite well. Um, I kind of, yeah, I freeze the warden over and I also back him up. So that's another thing. With Rocketloons, you have to back him up by most likely sending in Rocketloons in behind, right? Or Headhunters, whatever, to kind of, help him out after the damage increases again. But I think this combination of having the spell would work better with furnaces. So you would have um, continuous amount of help behind the warden, so that you wouldn't have to actually invest that much into the warden itself or himself. Um, so yeah, it felt like more of a last resort spell. So yeah, using it on a king, for example, or using it on or the giant, the action figure equipment, didn't feel like an optimal use for it, to be honest. And also, when it comes to timing, I felt that having 3 rage spells is actually a little bit better in terms of cutting time off, because I did feel that I was falling into a few time issues in some of my attacks, which I would not have had any issues with if I ran 3 rages instead. Because also remember the ice block itself pauses the warden, which further delays the warden and you get less value from him. Um, so yeah, those are my final thoughts, or at least initial thoughts, let's say, because I still might change my mind and change the composition in the future.